Welcome to this explainer, everybody. Look, today we are stepping right into the role of an elite exam turnaround coach, and we are unlocking the ultimate examiner's playbook. If you've been struggling with Cambridge AS and A-Level Arabic 9680, you are exactly where you need to be. We're going to completely deconstruct your exam strategy from the ground up to help you build that perfect mark response. Let's get right into it.
Okay, let's dive right into this. I want to hit you with something straight from a senior examiner. They made it crystal clear. Mastering exam technique is essential. Why? Because it pops up in literally every single examination series. Exam technique isn't just some nice-to-have bonus, right? It is the absolute core requirement for success. You could memorize the entire syllabus, front to back, but if you can't serve it up the exact way the examiner wants, you're just not going to get the grade. So to rebuild your strategy today, we're going to follow a really clear, systematic roadmap. First, we'll hit the core assessment objectives. Second, we'll look at a systematic exam methodology. Third, critical analysis and evaluation. And finally, we'll wrap up with the top 3 examiner warnings. All right, jumping into Section 1, Core Assessment Objectives. This is our theoretical foundation. So, when the examiners are hunting for marks on your page, they're looking through the lens of 3 specific cognitive domains. We've got knowledge and understanding, analysis, and evaluation. Now, a super common trap is overcomplicating things, throwing a ton of unanalyzed facts at the paper to show off your knowledge. But here's the thing, superficial breadth, it's going to fail you every single time. What actually secures those top-tier grades is analytical depth. Deconstructing the data, judging alternatives, that is the secret sauce. And to conquer those deeper, trickier domains, you absolutely have to use the method mark strategy. What does that mean? Well, it's all about earning marks by showing a correct, logical, analytical process. Examiners heavily reward your working, not just the final answer. When you actually put your thought process down on the page, you're transforming this dense, terrifying question into a highly actionable point-scoring game. Here's another massive insight pulled straight from the principal examiner reports. Cross-topic connections equal significantly higher marks. It's really that simple. If you can link an idea from one part of the syllabus to a totally different area, you instantly stand out. You're signaling to the grader, hey, I don't just memorize isolated facts, I actually understand the whole ecosystem of this subject. Moving on to Section 2, Systematic Exam Methodology. Let's break down this procedural framework. Okay, this 5-step process is basically your lifeline for tackling any question on the paper. Step 1, identify the key elements. Step 2, apply the relevant principles. Step 3, execute your analysis with clear working. Step 4, verify your results. And Step 5, present the format. This takes the really intimidating act of problem solving and turns it into a simple, predictable checklist. The biggest mistake you can make here? Rushing the writing process and totally forgetting these structural steps. Don't just blindly start writing. Trust the process. Let's zoom in on that 5th step for a second. Presentation. There are strict conventions you absolutely must follow. We're talking proper headings, correct terminology, appropriate formats, and clear annotation. Think about it from the examiner's perspective. They're greeting hundreds of papers, right? So how your answer visually looks communicates your professional competence to them before they even read your very first sentence. All right, Section 3, Critical Analysis and Evaluation. This is where a lot of marks are won or lost. And this brilliantly illustrates the clear divide between a just okay answer and a truly top-tier one. A weak comparison, it just kind of lists similarities. But a strong comparison, it goes way deeper. It identifies both similarities and differences, and it actively uses comparative connectives along with hard evidence. Just relying on shared traits is a major roadblock. Building a robust comparison with clearly connected evidence is something the examiner literally cannot ignore. For those highest order questions, the ones that really test you, you've got to break it down into these exact logical steps. Number 1, break the problem into pieces. Number 2, solve it systematically. Number 3, check for reasonableness. Does this actually make sense? And 4, make justified recommendations. You want to practice this exact mental process at home so that every single recommendation you make on exam day is backed by a rock-solid, justifiable argument. And finally, Section 4, Top 3 Examiner Warnings. Let's look at how to avoid sabotaging your own hard work. So straight from the principal examiner reports, we have 3 catastrophic but totally avoidable errors. Number 1, just flat out forgetting to include the proper format.
Number 2, forgetting to check that format and presentation once you're done. And number 3, writing answers that are not specific to the context given. It's crazy, but these basic formatting and context mistakes tank the grades of otherwise brilliant students every single year.
So, the crucial point is this examiner alert right here. Generic answers lose marks. You must absolutely always link every point directly to the given scenario. No exceptions. Never just regurgitate textbook facts without tying them right back to the specific stimulus. Look, the examiner already knows the textbook, right? What they want to see is if you can actually apply those concepts to the unique problem sitting right in front of you.
I want to leave you with this final provocative thought today. Pull out your recent past papers and ask yourself honestly, are your answers truly tailored to the specific context, or are you just reciting generic facts? Let's recap our 3 golden rules of exam prep. Nail your presentation formatting, actively utilize the method mark strategy by showing you're working, and always link your analysis back to the specific scenario. Keep analyzing those mistakes, keep practicing, and I will catch you in the next explainer.